how is IPI able to do run this Blue Cities campaign?
Yeah. So IPI is in a great space to do this, as well as, quite frankly, all of our other think tanks throughout the country, because of this durable freedom infrastructure. So this is what we built. I run a nonprofit C3 organization. I also run a C4 organization that can engage a little bit more with politics and political issues and lobbying. I also run a political action committee that can engage directly in politics. And so by using all of these different structures together, well, you have a huge opportunity to make a dent. There's a lot of people who will say, well, I don't like to engage in politics. It's a dirty business. And I understand that. But the truth is that the laws that we have all funnel because of the political structure of whether it's the country, whether it's the state, whether it's the city. And I think it's incumbent on groups like us to engage and activate. I think that giving money to a political campaign can often be a really bad investment,
Hmm.
especially if your candidate loses, right? So
Hmm.
you go take an election, you write a check, they go build all this infrastructure, right? They go build out door knockers and they build out mailers and they build out, volunteers and people making phone bank calls. And so you all of a sudden build this audience that they're growing to go run a race. Well, what happens when they lose? All of that money, all of those assets, every bit of it depreciates
Yep.
to zero.
Hmm.
This is why the network and the state policy network is in such an advantageous position right now, is because when we run a campaign and we go build up infrastructure, we build out our audience, we engage in new topics, we're knocking on doors, we're talking about issues. Win or lose on that election with that candidate, well, all of those assets stay the same, and we build on them, and we build on them, and we build on them, and you can use them from cycle to cycle to cycle. And I think this is where you're going to see a great divide happening,
Hmm.
an opportunity in our country is that because organizations like us can persist from elections to elections, well, we can continue to build that infrastructure.